Welcome to today's headstand practice. I will show you safe ways to enter and get out of your headstands, how to activate the different body parts that are important, and also some nice and funky variations. Don't forget to be playful about it and enjoy the practice. So as you may know, on the headstands, we really do not want to have too much pressure on the head, which means that we need to be able to press out of the shoulders. So it's very good to work on this strength first. So whenever you start your practice, it's very important to open up your shoulders, maybe just with some simple circles, rolling up and down. And then also some cactus arms, so opening up more. And then you need to imagine, depending on the posture or the variation you would like to go to in your headstands, this position gets very important, right? Because we will be in this position and you will press out, take the hands behind your head. So you can also start here by activating it already, by pressing the head into your hands, taking your elbows in and backwards. So what also helps here is maybe to squeeze a block in between of your arms and then just rotate a little bit to activate your shoulders and everything. Of course, a lot more things come into play, like your core stability, the extension of your hips, but we will keep it simple today. So just a short activation before I will show you all the variations of the headstands. What always helps is to really take the arms down to the floor, have the elbows shoulder width distance, place the hands down, press into them, and then maybe just go for your plank just to activate, press out of the shoulders, and then maybe even walk to the front just a couple of times, and then walking back. This will automatically activate your shoulders, your arms, your core, create length in your legs. And if you feel like it's difficult for you to open up the legs once you're up into position, everything that activates the glutes, because they help you to open up the hips, is very beneficial. So for example, a reverse table, like this. You can also go sometimes dynamically, or even with straight leg, because like this we mimic kind of the position. Okay, now I will show you the variations. We will start with the elephant headstands or tripod headstands. So for this, you can always take the width of your elbows, place them down to your mat, and then open up the arms. So your head will be in between of the hands here. You will go to the front. Oh, by the way, that's very important before we start. Which part of your head should touch the ground? So it's the crown of the head, and you can measure it very easily by taking the palm of your hands in between of your eyebrows, and then your middle finger touches the space where you need to touch the floor. Okay, so one more time. Grab your elbows, go down to the floor, and then the head will come down to the ground. The position where your elbows are will be there for your hands.
Once the hands are placed, take one knee to the back side of your arms. Try to keep your elbows together, press away from the floor, and then just tap with your knee towards the back side of your arm. Maybe that's it for today. If you want to have more, place one knee on the back side of the arm and also the second one. This gives you the perfect activation for your headstands. There is one more option, knee to the back side of the arm. And then if you can, lift up one leg. Because one leg is still on the back side of the arm, the weight will stay in the front of the body. Nothing can happen. Very safe option. Try to squeeze your glutes to extend your hips. Then slowly come out and find yourself in a neutral position. Relax everything. And then we get ready for the full tripod headstands. Same measurements as before. Have and find a stable position. Press away from the floor. Activate your shoulders. Activate your arms. Start by bringing the knees onto the back side of the arms. Then extend up one leg. If you feel safe, follow with the second one. Find your balance. If it's shaky a little bit, that's totally part of the process. Find length by squeezing your glutes more. And then, whenever you're ready, slowly take the knees back down onto the back side of the arms and come out of your headstands. Shake everything off. Give yourself a smile. And then we will continue with the next variation. Let's go for the second variation of your headstands. Same measurements apply. Forearms, width of forearms, and then the crown of the head will be placed in between of the hands. Most importantly, interlace your fingers in this variation. And be aware of your small fingers. They should be not placed on top of each other. Like this, you have more stability. Getting into the position, crown of the head in between of your arms and your hands will be like a shelter for your head. Walk closer with your feet, take one knee in, and then lift the leg up, finding length, finding stability, and then the second leg follows. Press away from the floor, find maximum length from the forearms to the tip of the toes, squeeze your glutes to open up your hips more. Enjoy the inversion. To safely get out of the position, take the knee back to your core, and then the second leg follows. As always, find a neutral position afterwards. Let's go for the last variation. This will be the straddle get up into your headstand. Starting position is the same, exact same as before. Take your measurements, crown of the head in between of your hands. Activate your shoulder by pressing away from the forearms. You can walk up with the feet into your straddle position. Your hips go a little bit over your torso and then lift the feet and the legs up towards the sky. Find length in your position. Find ease. And then very gently come back, taking your hips over your torso to balance, and then the feet back down.
Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today and trying out all the variations for your headstands practice. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime. And don't forget, it's just about playfulness, about trying, about being upside down, and maybe find a new perspective, not only on the mat, but also in life. Have a great day. Namaste.